Hey guys, Kibble the Strategist here, and today we are playing some more Toy Facility. This is a horror map I have found on mcpl.com. So far I am trying to see where I'm supposed to be going, because I'm not too sure. To me this looks just like brick and maybe some quartz for the floor. This seems to have like a little better lighting than previous, but it's still incredibly dark. I'm still gonna like up the shadows or lower the shadows for you guys. That way you guys don't have to just sit through whatever this is in the dark. Like trying to squint your eyes looking. You can see a little bit better than I can. Uh, Also, I have a new channel called Cable on Dislight, where I just upload Dislight content. If you guys want to go check that out, you can. I'll link it in the description. Basically, it's just a bunch of dislike content for shorts. So far, there's only like 2 videos. I don't upload on that channel very much, so yeah, don't expect a whole lot from it. I'm not really expecting to go big on there, so that's good, at least for that part. Uh, so far, it's just brick shulkers and freaking quartz, as well as plants. Plants make it harder to see past. Uh, the beginning of the stage said it was uh, school trauma or something. Can't remember. You can look in the last video I did what it said, but basically, this is meant to just be traumatic. Like, this is supposed to show traumatic experiences in school, I guess. I'm not too sure. But here's the thing, why is this in a toy facility? What were they doing to children in a toy facility that required them to be traumatized? It's kind of weird. Also, I have a bit of water here. Uh, I'll be back because it's probably going to take me a while just looking through all this building, especially with that. Look for honey blocks. So yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. So transition, and we are back. I found where I'm supposed to go. Basically, this is where I'm supposed to be. This door right here is where I'm supposed to be. Right now we're just waiting for a countdown. So yeah. And there we go. That lit up the area quite a little bit. What's that? Seems to be some sort of creature crawling. That's not good. Crawling enemies. Lovely. Kind of reminds me of freaking Resident Evil. Specifically, Resident Evil 7. Or Resident Evil Biohazard, as it was called. Basically, it's the one where Ethan goes to the, what was it? The Baker estate? And he basically just gets captured and has to fight his way out while also trying to save Mia from the clutches of Evelyn. All the while being dead. Freaking, like, what the fuck? Sorry for my language there. But, yeah. Apparently, spoilers, he's dead. The entirety of Resident Evil 7, he's dead. Except for, like, maybe, like, the first few bits where he's going through the forest. Up until, like, uh, Jack Baker stomps his head in, which kills him. And that's when he gets infected with the mold. which but for some reason he's not like under the control of Evelyn, at least not entirely. He has all the abilities the others have, but he's not under control of Evelyn. And they don't know exactly why he's not under the control. So, from what I can tell, it's probably because, like, throughout the game, you take so much. Like, he probably was acclimated to it prior to actually them kidnapping him. Because remember, Ethan goes into the house and then gets his head stomped in. While the others, they don't really step foot into the house until after they're kidnapped. So they're pretty much already dead when they get there. Or something. It could also be the fact that we repeatedly take those health potions or those health things, which you make yourself, which are basically herbs and chem fluid. And I don't know what the frick chem fluid is, because there's a lot of chem fluids, there's a lot of chemicals. But from what I can tell, it can be used to make guns and helio. So that leads me to think it's a multi-use liquid, which is possibly what it is. Because the way he does it is basically, when he mixes it with an herb, it becomes something that can heal you. But when he mixes it with, like, gunpowder, it becomes bullets. Which I don't know where the shell casing comes from, but okay. You can also eat the herbs raw as well in that game. I don't know how many people know about that. I know Markiplier doesn't. But yeah, you can just eat the herbs. Just straight up eat them. So they don't give as much health back. So my thing is, so my theory is chem fluid is some sort of chemical enhancing thing. Like, it enhances certain properties of I guess, items. For instance, gunpowder, it makes it more explosive, while for healing items, it basically makes them more potent. So I'm guessing it's some sort of potent chemical that enhances others. So I don't know what that means or anything. It's just my theory. A game theory. And yes, I know. Also, fun fact about game theory. MatPat is not gone. He just went to do something else. Which, if so, he could have just said, I'm going to do something else for a little bit. So someone else is taking over. Which, was kind of misleading for MatPat. I'm just glad not all the old YouTubers are gone. Because if so, MatPat is still around. And I hope he returns to game theory at most. Also, I know this puzzle. This puzzle looks hard, it's really not. You basically just push them. Push the things. For this, you're trying to get this to hook onto it. This piston. And I fell. See? You need to press this one, then this one. Then push it there. Then there. Then there. Until you get it to the end, and then it basically is complete. Okay, so what now? Can't push it any further, so let's push this here, this there. Basically, we just have to get this to the to a certain point, and then we've won. There we go. So, also, I keep getting these particles for, like, health. I think it's just trying to keep me from dying currently. which if so, good for it. But I don't know why it's doing that. What it should be doing is giving me saturation, which I think it's also doing because I have not lost any hunger. Which if so, good for you. But you could also make the things, the little particles, invisible by putting true or false on it, depending on whichever you want to do. That's if the map creators are watching this, which I highly doubt they are. Very few map creators watch my content, with the ones being Enderlight and Mateus, as well as the Indonesian guys as well. To how they found my channel, I will never know. But hey, good kudos for them for finding my channel. Because the reason I know they found my channel is because they commented, because one of them commented on my video basically saying that they made an English version of their map, which is the Satan Worshippers map. So, which you saw me playing. Or a lot of you did. Also, I saw another map. It looked kind of like a Minecraft version of Puppy Playtime. So I haven't looked too much into it. If you guys want to see me play that, leave a like down below. Okay. Let's go. There's really not much I can do here now. And I'm pretty sure that was a warden sound I kept hearing. They called it the reducer, but I think the game kind of killed it when I got too far out of range. That or it just dug down somehow, and they didn't put the animation. Also, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe as well, because that will help me a lot in the YouTube algorithm. It is incredibly dark. I don't know if that's the walls or if that's just the lighting, but it's incredibly dark. I'm just following where light is. Yeah, I think it was killed off. Let's see here. I'll be back. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going. Okay, so this says look up. Something up there. Not sure if you guys can see that, but there we go. You can see it now, but I'm not sure if you guys could see it before. I'll make sure to turn down the shadows. So yeah. With a little bit of water. I'm happy. Also, they added a new command, Mojang did, to where you can remove like certain parts of your HUD to see better. Like for instance, if I type in /HUD at S or @S, put hide and then health, it will hide my health. Or if I put armor instead of health, it will hide my armor bar. Or if I put hunger, it will hide my hunger bar. And you see where I'm going with this. It basically hides certain parts of your thing that aren't really necessary. For instance, your armor bar, you don't need to know how much armor you have on. That's kind of a useless bar. So what you can do is basically just remove it with that. You just remove it. Another thing you can do is remove your health bar, which is also useful because if you play on servers that add a lot of health, basically you can just get rid of that because at that point you don't need so much health. And besides, you already know when you're going to die if you know how many hearts you have. and you know how much damage you are taking. For instance, Netherite gives, at the very least, I believe, 8 damage to the player. So a base Netherite sword will do 8 damage. So that's 8 damage for each hit. So just count. If you know how much damage you are taking, you know how much you're going to need, or when you will need food, or roughly around that point. Also, this looks like a freaking what was it called? I can't remember what they're called, but they're like tubes. They're colorful tubes that you find in like the play place at at themed restaurants. For instance, McDonald's used to have them, or Burger King used to have one. At least where I was, at least where I am, they used to have one. Another thing is, basically, this just reminds me of that, the tubes from the play places at restaurants. Which, if that's what this is meant to be, spot on for that. The nostalgia is coursing with this one. Oh, what was the reference? The force is strong with this one? The nostalgia is strong with this one, is what I'm trying to say. I is Yoda. I English good. Yoda's like, the way Yoda speaks is so unique to Yoda. Like, stupid you is. Smart you are not. Like, the amount of roasts he could do with that and it'd be funny is amazing. The thing is, Yoda was the only one that talked like that. And it was great. And they wouldn't even acknowledge it. Like, really? You're just going along with it. This is how he always is. Like, if this is how Yoda always talks, that's a little cool. Also, fun fact about Yoda. He doesn't really have a set species. Like, seriously, when Lucas was first making Yoda, he didn't really have a set species name for Yoda. Or anything of what Yoda would look like. For instance, Yoda's feet keep changing. I believe in the first movie he had like 2 to 3 toes. In the second he had like an extra toe or something. And just, he kept switching. The toes just kept switching and it was funny. Also, fun fact, Yoda and Grogu, or the baby Yoda from Mandalorian, they are not the same people. They're the same species, but not the same people, which is unique. Because we don't know what Yoda looked like as a child. Now we do. He basically looks like a miniature version of himself. But, Grogu, I think his name is, basically, he is the most powerful of the, of his species right now. He's also the only member of his species right now, which is kind of interesting. Because if he's the only member of his species left, we know there are other members of Yoda species, because at least like 2 other members have been stated to be Jedi. One of the members is, I can't remember her name, but basically she was a Force sensitive. Anyways guys, I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!